If you struggle with fat, fins or top shots, I'm going to show you in this video exactly how you can get rid of them with this water bottle. Any water bottle will do. I did this with my student Ali. We put this in a certain place on the ground and it immediately improved his ball striking, where there was visible shock on his face with how quickly it changed it, and it can do it for you as well. So make sure you stick around for the whole video to see exactly what you got to do with this water bottle. I'm Jonathan Chown with JChownGolf, and let's get stuck right into this and improve your ball striking with a water bottle. So like you all might be thinking out there, how are we going to fix all these bad shots with just a water bottle? But first we've got to understand why these bad shots are happening, and then we'll put this where we need to put it. So we'll put it down here for the time being. So this movement that we see happening, that is causing all these like these thin, these fat, and these top strikes that we're seeing there, this is all because of low point issue. Now what low point is the lowest point this club is traveling into its arc or into the ground, you can view it as. Now that usually is caused by the body not shifting properly onto its lead side in the downswing, because as we've discussed in other videos, is we need our body to be shifting onto the lead side with irons. We need our body, let's say our chest, to be getting in front of the golf ball to be able to hit ball then turf. So what we see with a lot of golfers out there, and especially with my student Ali, who we made a massive difference into his golf swing because of it, is we'll see some golfers coming down the downswing and they'll just be thinking of purely rotating. Now when we purely rotate, we're not going to shift onto our lead side. So if you look at my back foot here, if I just purely turn and don't shift at the same time, I'm going to do it very slow motion. See how my back foot, it has swiveled round, of course, because I'm rotating, but it's also kicked out backwards. This is exactly what we need to fix with this water bottle. As soon as this is rotating around like this, kicking backwards, that is immediately going to cause our low point issues. So we're not getting onto that left side, that's going to be back there. So if I show you here in this again, exactly what I did with Ali, and what we did, we can even say you could have everything else great in your golf swing, just like Ali did. He had great club face control. Club face was nice and square throughout his whole golf swing. Path of his golf swing was brilliant. It was nice and neutral. It wasn't too extreme one way or the other to where he should be hitting good golf shots, but he was doing this one thing because he was purely just thinking of rotating and not shifting. So if we just think like we said, that back foot's going to kick back, we know straight away, now if that back foot's going to kick back, what's going to happen to the water bottle? Of course, when we do that, the water bottle is going to kick and we're going to knock it over. So it's going to be a very simple type of thing, very simple feedback to tell whether we've put a good swing on it with rotation and shifting, not just rotation. Because with that there, we're going to really move our low point forward if we keep it up, if we don't knock it down, and we're going to be hitting much better golf shots here. So you can see with me here, if I really make sure I'm just, if it doesn't fall before I hit it, if I just go and hit a golf shot and I manage to keep that upright, I have shifted onto my left side nicely, just like that. And you can really feel their ball and turf contact. If I go and grab another ball here, and it's straight away, if I just rotate and I don't shift, my back foot is going to kick outwards. This is not going to stay on the ground. See how it just completely fell over and I got a splash of cold, wet mud into my face. As you can see from my shoes, very, very muddy. So what we've got to do there, guys, we've got to really make sure that's just something as simple as this is just going to teach us the feel of getting onto our left side. As soon as we just rotate without shifting, yes, we're going to hit that. We need to make sure that as soon as this is there and we're getting on top, that's our low point going forward. If we do stay too far back, we are just going to bottom out that club. And this is kind of getting rid of the visual aspect of that problem by hanging back and not rotating. But sometimes we can approach a problem in that manner. Sometimes we can approach it, right, we want to get rid of the visual aspect of it, and just by doing that, we'll actually get rid of the problem as well. I mean, the visual aspect of hanging back is this back foot swiveling back just like so. But then if we're thinking, right, if I have this in the exact same spot and I really get through that golf ball, I'm never gonna be making sure, well, I'm never gonna knock that over, am I? That's never going to fall over. Might do on this mat because it's quite flimsy, so that might still knock over, but it's just going to be a very simple way for you guys to be able to practice something with really good feedback. We have to have feedback on our practice, otherwise our practice is useless, where we just hit some balls like that and we're always going to be in a nice spot. So let's get to a little practice routine we can do for this, which is something that's very simple and it's going to always fix your golf swing with your ball striking. So guys, to wrap this up and have a good little practice routine before we do this is going to be a very good way for you just to go and practice at the driving range. I should hope that all of you bring a water bottle with you to the driving range. You need to stay hydrated even when you can see it's as cold as it is over here where I am. Now, I've just got 5 balls here. All I'm going to do with these 5 balls, now you can divide that up to however many balls you want, but just so the purpose of this, I'm going to make sure I'm hitting 3 balls out of this 5, making sure I'm just hitting them with this drill, with this water bottle here, making sure I'm not knocking it over. So all I'm going to do is 3 balls. I'll just do 2 for the sake of the video. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm doing my drill. That's it. Just making sure I'm doing my drill, giving myself the feeling. So there we go, that's 2. So imagine that was 3 of them. That's fine. So if I put this aside now all I want to do for the remaining balls, so if I've got 5 balls, that's 3 balls. For the next 2 I'm going to hit, I am just going to make sure I'm giving myself the same feeling. So what we could think of is, always want you guys to be doing practice swings as well. Make sure that you are getting onto that left side, almost feeling like you're swinging through and you're showing that there's someone behind you and you're showing them the back of your shoe, so the underside of your shoe. That's going to get you through that golf ball as well. Very, very simple. Now, same feeling, just so we get that feeling from the drill into a normal swing, even if it's quite exaggerated. Really making sure we're getting through that golf ball there, guys. Really simple little drill. A water bottle, how can something be more complicated than a water bottle? It's really not. It's really simple. Just put it back there. Might be hard for a lot of you guys to do. You might have to make it so you really have like a little bit more of a gap in between there, because all we need is a little gap preferably, but if you need a bigger gap just to feel comfortable, go for it, and then just make it harder and harder as you go through, and after a while you won't need that at all. When we were done with our half-hour lesson with Ali, he completely was able to get rid of it straight away. So very simple thing to do. So guys, if you found that video helpful, make sure you press that like button and hit subscribe as well if you want more golf content just like this. So if you just use that drill, guys, you'll have no problem with your ball striking.